Yes, sir. QMC, I told y'all I was going to be back at 11 o'clock. Told y'all that yesterday. I was going to be on here at 11 o'clock in the morning. We're going to just react, watch a few videos, probably for a few hours. And then, yeah. Just protect my photos. How y'all doing this morning? Let me see if I can hear myself. Yeah, y'all can hear. Let me size myself up just a little bit. We finna react to a few things on the channel. Y'all come on in and vibe out. It's been a minute since I've been on YouTube. It's been a minute, y'all. But as I say, all that matters is that we back. And we back in action. I don't know what none of this stuff is. So let's go to my channel. What we gonna react to, y'all?
Only know you.
Hold on, y'all. Lee, hold on. Let me send this to my fam. Alright, bet the music and everything is working. Music and everything is working properly. Copy link. Go ahead and send this to my fam so they'll know that I'm on live stream. So if they want to hop on, they can hop on and watch some stuff with us. Let's see this 1, 2, 3. I need it. Go with me. A B C, A B C. Baby, you with me now. I'm live, y'all. Bam. I'm live. Alright. How to monetize streaming on Twitch, YouTube. That's DDG. What we looking for? We ain't really looking for let me go ahead and put these on. Oh no, yeah, I'm just combobulated. I don't know what to listen to. I mean, what to watch. I seen this. What I wanted to react to. Jafar Jackson, which is Michael Jackson's son. I mean, son, shit, nephew. Get that right. He was at the complex with sneakers. We're gonna watch this.
With purchasing power, you can pay over time for flights, hotels, cruises, and more with no credit check and no hidden fees.
Alright. We finna get into this, y'all.
With purchasing power, you can pay over time for flights, hotels, cruises, and more with no.
Let me move myself up just a little bit. Just a tad bit. So, am I a little too? I don't think I'm not too big. Alright. Let me go ahead and start recording. Let me get my yard in. I'm tired, y'all. That's why I came in here early, because later on today I do not plan on being in here doing squat. I got other stuff I'm doing. I used to be full-time on YouTube. I used to be full-time. But now it's going to change. It look like y'all going to become part-time. Look like y'all going to, I'm trying to do YouTube full-time, but YouTube ain't paying me full-time, bro. They ain't paying. I gotta make y'all part-time. Y'all ain't paying not one bill. At all. But that's alright, though. It's alright, though. I'm going to find a way. If this ain't the way, I'm going to find a way. Goddamn. Let's go ahead. Let's get into this, man. Let me go ahead and start recording. This KMC, and guys, we back live on YouTube right now, this very moment. Today, guys, we got Jafar Jackson. We got Channels Michael Jackson on sneaker shopping with Complex. All right, this is Michael Jackson's nephew. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. I hope y'all enjoy this. And yeah, man. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it, man. Let's not waste no time. Let's get to the needed, 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 to the greeted. That don't even make sense, but let's get it. This shit loud as hell, no cap. Let me turn it down a little bit.
What's up?
Let me turn that down.
Flight Club with actor, singer, and the star of Michael, Jafar Jackson. How you?
Thank you for having me.
I don't like all that. I can't have music on live stream, y'all.
Of course. Gonna do some sneaker shopping.
Let me go ahead and skip some of this. Hold on. Skip some of this.
Jafar, welcome.
Thank you.
I hope, bro. I really hope YouTube don't try to block me for watching this, bro. Y'all know YouTube don't play about music.
I wanted to ask, when was like the last time you've been in a sneaker store like this? And when did you get into sneakers?
Honestly, don't think I've been in a sneaker store like this.
Yeah.
It was honestly a few years ago where I've gone to a sneaker store and saw like a lot of great options. But as a kid, I used to go into Foot Locker, always get the classic Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
My father would always get those for me as a kid. So I grew up loving those, but then I kind of advanced a little bit.
Was it the pearly white Air Force Ones?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Were you keeping them clean that Dad was getting them
I
for
had
you?
a whole cleaning little supply thing to make a little brush and everything, the liquid. Yep.
Love that. And then around 2019, I want to talk Got Me Singing, because what do you remember about these? Do you remember these?
Of course, I still have my pair in my
so
closet, yeah.
Sacai Nikes, you're in the Got Me Singing video, and you're dancing in those. Are the Sacai Nikes good to dance in?
They are. You know, it's funny because when I was in Brazil and I was on the rooftop, there's a bunch of water there and stuff. I was like, oh, I'm about to mess up these Nikes. I hope they don't get too ruined. But then afterwards, I got them clean. It actually looked still pretty brand new, and I still have them.
So you brought back the cleaning regimen from when you were a kid to these even.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And another thing I love is, like, you talk about being in Brazil. Was it one of the first times that Nike laced you?
Oh, wow, yeah. I was doing some rehearsals in LA and they sent it over while I was rehearsing so I can, try them on. Then I really had to decide what to match it with one of the outfits I had. So I went with the blue, the high tops.
And we talked about, like, you maybe like a few years ago going into a store like this. Like, now obviously the fame has changed. You may have to shut down stores now to shop. Is that a weird feeling for you?
I hope not. I hope I can go discreetly, to some stores to feel that.
I don't know. I feel like Brody, like, I really feel like bro finna be, I don't know. Y'all think he finna be up there with I mean, he didn't did the Michael Jackson movie. He played his uncle. So this right here is like, by him acting like how he act, bro, he finna get a lot of opportunities, bro. I know that.
See, so it doesn't feel like you're so isolated. Yeah. I hope it doesn't get to that point, so we'll see.
If you got hit, even if you were not driving, you need to try this.
Because if you were in a car accident in the last year, you could be owed a large cash payment and not even know it. Even if you weren't driving, all you have to do is click the link in this video, answer 5 simple questions about your accident, and see if
I saw the movie, like most of America, most of the world soon. What a performance. Congratulations on it.
Thank you.
I was with my director and we were looking for like sneaker moments in the movie, and one that stood out, the Jackson 5 wearing the Converse Chuck Taylors. I think it was like early in the movie, but what was it like when you saw that in the wardrobe closet? And they actually, they wore that.
I know, when I was in, during the process of filming and they brought these into the trailer, I was like, I don't really remember too often, but then really looking back at certain photos, like, oh yeah, he was wearing, Michael and all the brothers were wearing a lot of these sneakers. And then I had some cool outfits with these, and wearing them for 14 hours straight during shooting is not the most comfortable shoe to wear, but.
And that's the thing, it's like people used to play basketball in these, and 14 hours in like low profile Converse Chuck Taylor must have hurt a little bit.
I can only imagine trying to play basketball in these. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then another moment that I really like, it's right around the time that you're discussing like doing your solo album. It's you and Bill Bray, your security.
Yeah.
And I think like you're headed to the studio.
Oh yeah, I remember these.
Yeah, I think you're headed to the studio. I think you might have had a flannel on, and like you get in the car, and I think it's like the Adidas Superstars. So another kind of shoe of that moment, but I like that it's connected to such an awesome scene.
Right, it's interesting because, before Michael made the iconic loafers and white socks, before that time he would wear sneakers, and he had a certain style of what he wanted to wear, but I was surprised to see him wearing something like this.
Yeah.
So when I saw certain photos, like, wow, I never saw that. But then he went to the classic black loafer with the white socks.
Yes, iconic.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny because like you say that, these are toned down for Michael, and then obviously, as it progressed, he got more loud. Speaking about his iconic fits though, like just the movie is so deliberate in the outfits. Was there one piece that if you could take home that you really wanted? Like, the Thriller jacket obviously stands out. We had Tracy Morgan here who owns one of the Michael Jackson gloves, but
oh wow.
Do you put one piece of clothing that you really resonated with?
There's so many.
Yeah.
To pick one overall, I think it'll have to be the Grammy jacket.
Okay.
With all the sequins, and that jacket was about like 13 pounds, 12, 13 pounds. So when I picked it up, I was like, wait, this is insane. This is actually, it's all handmade, and it was incredible.
It's crazy because some of the parts that I loved is like the meetings, especially when we talked about like the lawyer and you're like, this is my guy. But
once I get done watching this, I'm finna go watch the Michael movie with my mama now, because they ain't seen it yet. But I'm finna go, we got it in there on the TV and on the big screen, so we gonna watch it.
Like the rooms with the fits.
I already seen it once, so.
Oh, crazy. Like, I was like, listen, I'm gonna pull up to work meetings the next day,
The same fit.
Exactly, I was inspired, but so many good fits. And we talked about 13 or 14 hours with Chuck Taylors, but I saw videos of your trainer being like, you were dancing for 5 or 6 hours and like your feet were literally going numb during the process.
They were, yeah. Because it's one thing dancing in like a dancer's shoe, but to dance in loafers, especially, I had to dance in a half size down or full size down so I can break them in because it's leather, so they kind of expand over time. So the first 2 months of dancing those, your feet are scrunched, and then to do the toe stand, the moonwalk, and the side, all these different moves in them, over time, it kind of it caused a lot of complications with my feet.
I applaud that. I play a 5-on-5. I get plantar fasciitis, so
I went through all of that.
Yeah, I applaud that commitment. And then, what was the recovery process?
Each day was kind of different because sometimes it would go numb for 20 minutes, sometimes it would go numb for 2 hours. I'm like, it's not coming back, and my toe would go completely white. It'd get completely cold.
Wow.
I had to gauge it, and then I would have to apply a lot of heat to it. Sometimes that wouldn't work. Sometimes I just have to get a ball and roll it over. Do that. So it really depends on that day, but the move that really would kill the toes is the toe stand for me.
Okay.
And that's doing that, repetitively. It didn't, it wasn't good.
It was worth it though. We were looking at the footwork. It was crazy. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Damn, boy, did you? Is he here to buy some sneakers, or is he here to talk about the movie? Y'all, is he here to really buy some sneakers, or y'all really want him to come on the show so y'all can run a bag up? That's what it really was. It wasn't even about no sneakers. It's about the movie. All right, but I think he finna buy some though. Let's see what he get.
We talked about the movie, how there was like simple sneakers because that's what they were wearing back then. But did you know that in 1990, your uncle actually had an LA Gear line?
I have seen this.
So I know that you were studying like everything about him, but it's a little later in part 1 of the movie. But like now we're getting into the more loud and more Michael style. And I think these were even called like the Billie Jeans.
It has a little reference to like the Bad with the buckles on there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you think about like that and him having his own sneaker line?
I wish it was still going.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen those in person, but I've just seen photos of him doing like the toe stand in them, and also did a few ads.
Yeah.
And then like a press conference and everything. So I just remember looking at footage and a lot of pictures of him wearing those, but I've never seen them in person. I've been wanting to get a pair of those, but those are probably hard to find.
And then 1992, were you aware of the Jam video with Michael Jordan and your uncle?
Absolutely, yeah.
So this classic video, and they're playing one-on-one, and I was watching videos, and it was basically like MJ, Michael Jordan, is supposed to be teaching Michael Jackson how to play ball, and Michael Jackson is trying to teach MJ, Michael Jordan, how to dance.
Right, yeah.
But like, what did you think of like that video and seeing like two legends, you know, we're surrounded by like Jordans?
I mean, I just remember as a kid watching that, just always enjoying it, just seeing the simplicity of them having fun.
Yeah.
And they're really enjoying themselves, even though I know my Uncle Michael was probably embarrassed because he wasn't the best basketball player.
Okay.
And didn't know how to really dribble as well. And at the same with Michael Jordan, he couldn't do the dance moves. So I think that their own right to kind of show what they can do best and not. So.
And the shoes that Jordan wore, we have here in the video, Bordeaux 7. So another like piece of history, like really kind of like an underrated classic. And that's the shoes that Michael Jordan was wearing in the video.
Oh, I feel like when did these come out?
They came out in the 90s, and then they re-released like 2015, I believe.
I feel like I had a pair of these as
Really?
a kid. I swear, just looking at them now. I may have, because just looking at them, it kind of reminds me of a pair that looks just like this. I'll have to see if I have any childhood photos, because I can't really tell when you watch the video.
Yeah.
You don't get the close detail of it, but yeah, I wonder.
That's crazy. If you actually had the pair, the synergy there from the video with your uncle and Michael Jordan. And then another thing, before AI and stuff, there was a classic photo that isn't real that always went viral, and it's like MJ in the Royal Ones.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen
I've seen this photo.
Okay, so what do you think about it's like it looks like a photo that would be on like every sneakerhead's wall, but it's not a real photo. He's not wearing like the real shoes.
Well, I've seen this photo in this color, but also it's all red.
Yes, the black and reds, exactly.
Which one is the authentic photo?
Yeah, I don't think he ever wore the Jordan 1s in the photo. I think people just Photoshop, but it's something that like you look on Reddit and it's like, man, MJ was a real sneakerhead.
Right, so have you seen the original photo?
So the original photo, he's actually wearing loafers, but some sneakerhead kind of like concocted to wear the Jordan 1s, and like everyone was like, oh, he's one of us, he's one of us. But yeah, such a crazy, and you've seen that photo.
I have seen that photo. It looks great. It fooled me. I thought.
Same. We were looking. Yeah. Even like when we were doing research, we were like, are we sure it's not? What is he wearing? But yeah, pretty crazy. I have to ask. You talked about the process and stuff like that. I came in here and I was just thinking, like, for someone who studied your uncle's journals and things like that, like, we would never want to pick a shoe for him, but these Cactus Plant Nike Dunks, could we see if we're in 2026, like him pulling up
those
in
are $500, bro. Those are hard though. I like them.
More of that style coming from the Converse Chuck Taylor and the Adidas Superstar, and like the LA Gear even that was getting louder, but like this feels MJ.
It does. It's like the sequence glove, but just on the shoes.
Exactly.
I can only imagine this on with a sequence glove, you know?
Come on, the full fit.
The full fit.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is really cool. Definitely, it makes a statement.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about everything. Now's the easy part. Browse your shelves, see what you're gonna take home.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
How many shoes y'all think? I think he gonna end up buying probably like at least like, I'm gonna say the maximum. He gonna buy like at least 3 or 4 shoes. He ain't gonna buy that many. I don't think he'll like a real sneakerhead.
All right, what can I help you with today?
I was checking these Adidas out. These caught my eye. Do you have these in the size 10?
Yeah, I got the wells for you. Bars. I got those too.
Perfect.
All right, so is there anything I can help you with in this area?
Yeah, I gotta get these. You have this in a size 10.
Yeah, I got you. That's a great choice. Anything else that catches your eye?
I gotta go with the classic Jordans. So if you have this in a 10.
I do got those.
Oh, perfect.
That's all set for today?
I think so.
I told y'all he only gonna get like 3 or 4 shoes. I told y'all he wasn't gonna get that many shoes.
Find everything you need?
I definitely did.
All right. Your total is gonna be $2,025.11.
Cool.
All right. There you go.
Thank you. I'll definitely be back. Appreciate it.
Spent like total 2,000, bro. That's crazy. You can tell that this Michael Jackson nephew too.
So, Jafar came through, told some great stories, let us in on the process, got some new pickups. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Oh, this is awesome. Thank you for having me. Happy about this.
Absolutely. You know where to find him, the man of the moment in Michael theaters right now. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can tell that that's Michael Jackson nephew, boy. You can tell. He ain't do too much. He ain't, he just got a few little cool sneakers. I told y'all, I felt like he was gonna get 3 or 4. But make sure y'all stay tuned for more videos. Anything y'all want to see on the channel, comment down below. KMC gonna be back in with more reactions. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Itching. That ain't even sound right, did it? Who up in here watching? I see somebody watching. Y'all better call. Hey, don't sit in here and be a watcher, bro. You need to comment, chat. I see when y'all be on here, bro. Say something. Get on here and say, hey, KMC, what's up? Like, talk to me. Don't just watch me. Talk to me. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Let's get into some more stuff. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I ain't gonna even sugarcoat. I'm not even feeling this today. I don't know what it is, y'all. I don't have that thrill in me right now that I usually have for reactions. Like right now, I don't know what it is, y'all. Maybe it'll come back eventually. He took his daughter out days before a 7th shooting. I seen this right here. Let's check this out.
Do you trust your girl?
Of course I do.
Enough to research her on Spokio?
Let me
I
go
would
ahead
guess.
and record this. Alright, y'all. This KMC and we back live on YouTube right now at this very moment. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. That's KMC TV Reacts. That's my main channel. But this right here, I'm going to be posting this video on my second channel, which is KMC Fun and Reacts. Make sure that y'all subscribe to both channels. Today, guys, he took his daughter out days before shooting 7 of his own children and wife. I seen this not too long ago on Facebook, and they just had they had all 7 of them kids. They had all their funerals a few weeks ago. So let's go ahead, let's get into it, bro. So I gotta just pray for the family, y'all. Pray for the family. This is crazy.
My grandbabies the other day, and we was having so much fun. And I say for any grandparent out there, be happy. Be happy with your grandkids and have fun with them. I'm just praying that everything will be all right for my daughter. She's in the hospital right now. She's fighting.
To wake up and to hear this kind of news that someone would shoot 8 children, 8 innocent children, it's just unreal.
8 children that are deceased. I can't be strong for you. I think about the mother and what this family has lost. I think about this community and what this community has lost. And I don't have the words to give you, and I'm sorry.
New details tonight about the mass shooting in Louisiana that left 8 children dead early this morning. Police have identified the gunman as the father of 7 of the victims. Authorities say he also killed the children's cousin and critically injured their mother. and another woman.
On the morning of April 19th,
is the mama still living? Y'all gotta let me know that.
26, in Shreveport, Louisiana, officers responded to what they were told was a domestic disturbance. By the time the scene was fully processed, they discovered that the incident was something that felt impossible to hold on to. 10 people had been shot. 7 of them were his own children, and one of the other people injured was his wife, Shaniqua Elkins. In the weeks leading up to that morning, Shaniqua had been making a string of posts on social media that seemed to point to one thing: she was done. Reportedly, that was what set everything in motion. Neighbors described him as a good and present father.
That's what he looked like? Y'all gotta I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Y'all gotta, as females, I'm gonna speak some game to y'all. When y'all look at these men, sometimes you can just see. You can see through. I can see through it, bro. Y'all can't fool me. Y'all can't try to make it feel like you this or that. I see straight through. If I would have looked at something like that, oh my mama, it would have never got this far. Look how he look. Look how he look. He looked like he'd kill somebody. He looked like Lucifer. She was laying with Jezebel. Had 8 kids by Jezebel. Shit sad.
Someone who showed up for his kids. Just weeks before, this same man had been smiling for photos with his children. Now, he was at the center of this tragedy, with those same kids in body bags on West 79th Street. Before we get too deep, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you find value in these discussions. Shamar Elkins grew up and built his life in Shreveport. He was 31 years old and had already served in the United States.
God, dog. These people in the army, man, y'all can't be dang big. That's why he crazy. It was in the dang army. That army messed people up, bro. He was in the army. This ain't gonna make it no better, bro. None.
Army. Shaniqua Elkins had posted a photo of him in his army uniform back in 2016, writing that she had been waiting for him to come home. They had been together for a long time and stayed together for years after it. They officially made it legal on April 9th, 2024, which also happened to be Shaniqua's birthday. Shaniqua posted about it that same day, writing, "We finally made it official. I got married on my birthday." By 2025, they had been together for 10 years, had 4 daughters, and a marriage that was only a year old at that point. On April 10th, 2025, Shaniqua marked their first wedding anniversary on Facebook. She wrote, "Happy first anniversary to us. I thank you for everything that you did for me today. I enjoyed every moment of it. Shamar Elkins, 10 long years and 4 beautiful girls. What a time we had."
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident up to 1 year ago? Even if you weren't driving. Just click the link around this video to see how much you can get.
So what? Now, I wonder what caused him to. I don't know.
Things that made this family complicated from the outside was the last names. Shamar had children across multiple households. 4 of his daughters with Shaniqua carried the Elkins name, but there were other children who carried the last names Pugh and Snow. All of those children were part of his world. He did not keep them separate, at least not on the surface. He showed up for all of them, posted about all of them, and by all visible accounts, presented himself as a father who was present. On April 5th, 2026, Shamar posted a photo of himself outside a church with his 7 children all dressed up, and he was smiling like a man who had everything. The caption read, "Happy Easter. Had a wonderful time at church for the first time with all my kids. What a blessed day." But here's the thing. Underneath that image, something had been pulling at this family for a while, and the social media trail tells a story that, looking back, is very hard to look away from. Back in March 2026, Shamar shared a post from a Facebook page. The post asked fathers a question. If they could go back in time and have their same kids with a different woman, would they do it? Shamar responded publicly, "Hell yeah, I would." He was a married man, and he said that publicly on his own Facebook page. 4 days later, on March 12th, Shamar posted something brief but striking. It simply read, "Understand to be misunderstood." No context, no explanation, just those 4 words. Then came April, and things started to shift more visibly from Shaniqua's end. On April 8th, Shaniqua shared a post that read, "When a woman replaces you with peace and not another man, it is really over for you." Then on April 10th, Shaniqua shared another post. This one was longer. It read, "For the first time in my life, I do not want to be nobody's woman or wife. I know what it feels like to be a wife, to cook, clean, hold it down, share your bed, your space, your whole life, to pour into a man daily and still make sure everything is straight. I do not want to wash no man's clothes. I do not want to share my bed. I do not want to hear what are we eating every day. I do not want to adjust my peace for nobody. I am not bitter. I am just done playing that role. Right now, I am choosing me, my peace, and my freedom, and I am not explaining that to nobody." Shaniqua was done. That much was clear from her own words, and reportedly, people close to the situation confirmed the same thing. She had made up her mind. 3 days later, on April 13th, she shared one more post. "The crazy part is, I do not even hate you. I just do not feel you anymore. That love turned into lessons, and them lessons turned into distance. So now you're finally ready, and I am finally done. That is what bad timing looks like." 3 posts in less than a week, each one more direct than the last. She was communicating very clearly in her own way that this chapter was closing. Now, while all of this was playing out online, Shamar posted something that at the time probably looked like any other father-daughter moment. On April 17th, 2026, he took his oldest daughter out for a one-on-one lunch date, just the 2 of them. He posted a photo of her in the car, eating, and wrote that he had to catch her off guard to make it happen. 2 days later, in the early hours of April 19th, 2026, the domestic situation that had been building between Shamar and Shaniqua reached a point that no one could have fully anticipated. The sequence of events, as pieced together by investigators, started on Harrison Street, a few blocks away from the main residence on West 79th Street. That was where Shaniqua was. Shamar went there first, and she was shot at that location. Her injuries were serious, described by police as life-threatening. Shamar did not stop at Harrison Street. From there, he went to the residence on the 300 block of West 79th Street, the home where the children were. And that is where the scale of what he did became something that officers who arrived on scene said they had never encountered in their entire careers. 7 children were found inside that home. An 8th child was found outside, in the area between the house and the back of the property. All 8 of them lost their lives. 7 of them were Shamar's own biological children. The 8th was their cousin. A second adult woman was also shot at the West 79th Street location. She too was in critical condition. The 13-year-old boy who had escaped from the Harrison Street location had jumped from a roof at some point during the ordeal. He sustained some injuries, but survived and is expected to recover. After the incident, Shamar left the scene and carjacked a vehicle just down the road, at the corner of West 79th Street and Linwood Avenue. Shreveport Police Patrol officers located the vehicle and a chase began, from Shreveport, across the parish line, and into neighboring Bossier City. The chase ended when officers discharged their firearms, and Shamar Elkins was pronounced deceased at the scene.
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you
Louisiana State Police took over that portion of the investigation. By the time the full scene was processed, investigators were working across 4 locations: the Harrison Street residence, the 2 homes on West 79th Street, and the site in Bossier City where Shamar was shot by police. Chris Bordelon of the Shreveport Police Department described it as one of the most extensive crime scenes the department had ever encountered. This incident became the nation's deadliest mass shooting in more than 2 years. In a single morning, it had doubled Shreveport's total count for the entire year. The Caddo Parish Coroner's Office worked to formally identify all 8 children. Jayla Elkins, 3 years old, 5-year-old Shayla Elkins, 6-year-old Kadarian Snow, 6-year-old Kayla Pugh, 7-year-old Layla Pugh, 5-year-old Braylon Snow, 10-year-old Marcaden Pugh, 11-year-old Soraya Snow. The community gathered outside that home on West 79th Street.
You killed eight children is insane, bro. 8 children is insane.
Strangers, people who had no direct connection to the family but felt the weight of what had happened in their city.
Right now we have at least 10 individuals that were struck by gunfire last night in a domestic disturbance. 8 of these individuals are deceased. The ranges of the decedents are from 1 year of age to approximately 14 years of age. All of the deceased in this case are juveniles.
You heard people wailing when they received the news from the Shreveport, Louisiana police. Later, the news getting even worse.
I can tell you that 7 of the 8 children that were killed are believed to be his children. We are still working to determine a complete motive and understanding as to why this happened.
There's no understanding of father murdering his own children, the pain running deep.
And this is the result when someone snaps. So I'm going to ask the community, along with prayer, with every mental health consultant, counselor that is out here, this family and this community needs you. I need you. Because how do we get through this?
In total, detectives say 31-year-old Shamar Elkins shot 10 people in 3 different locations. 7 of the 8 juvenile victims were killed inside a home, the 8th on the roof while trying to escape. The 2 people who survived, police say, are Elkins' wife.
What did she tell him? Did she tell him she didn't want him no more? I want them to, like, what? Like, did she tell him, like, hey, this ain't gonna work, I don't want you no more, and he just snapped?
Girlfriend, both shot in the head, both in critical condition.
All I can tell you today is my heart is saddened. It has brought me to my knees, and of course, that's a great place to be, because then we can communicate with God.
When police moved in to arrest him, they say he carjacked a person at gunpoint. Officers gave chase, catching up to him, then shooting and killing Elkins. The multiple crime scenes, gruesome.
A man who identified himself as the father of one of the female victims and the grandfather of some of the children spoke through visible grief.
I was just with my grandbabies the other day, and we was having so much fun. And I say for any grandparent out there, be happy. Be happy with your grandkids and have fun with them. I'm just praying that everything will be all right for my daughter. She's in the hospital right now. She's fighting.
We began with a community grieving after a mass shooting in Louisiana. 10 people were shot in Shreveport. 8 were killed, all of them children. The gunman also dead. Police say the attacks happened at 2 homes.
He shot himself too? God, like, he was the type to where he wasn't like the type to say, if I can't have you, nobody can. His thing was, if I can't have you, nobody can have my kids. It's just done for all of us. Well, that's crazy.
Jason Allen is there for us tonight with the details. Jason.
Sharika, good evening. People are still filling this Shreveport neighborhood tonight, emotional and upset over this shooting that happened both at this house behind me and another one just up the road. And police told me in the last hour it was a survivor of the shooting who escaped and called them to tell them about it. Just after 6 o'clock this morning, when police got here, they found 10 people had been shot. 8 of them had been killed. And as you mentioned, all 8 of those were children. Police also confirming for me that at least 7 of those 8 children were the children of the shooting shooter, who they identified as Shamar Elkins. After the shooting, police say that Elkins carjacked someone just down the street, got into a pursuit with police, stopped. They say he produced a handgun and police officers shot him there at the scene. Louisiana State Police tonight are also involved in this investigation.
This is a tragic situation, maybe the worst tragic situation we've ever had in Shreveport.
I don't know what people think in the crevices of their mind to want to harm another human being, let alone that of children who have their whole life ahead of them.
Creating custom clothing with Tap Stitch is simple. Start by choosing a garment, then click Design.
Shreveport police said that they had one previous run-in with Mr. Elkins, but looking back at that history, Jerika, they said there is nothing that would explain anything like what happened here in Shreveport this morning.
Yeah, that community will never be the same. Jason Allen, thank you.
The Shreveport Police Department confirmed that before April 19th, they had one previous documented interaction with Shamar Elkins. When they looked back at that history, there was nothing in it that would have signaled what he was capable of doing. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry issued a public statement saying he and First Lady Sharon were heartbroken over the events in Shreveport. He wrote that they were praying for everyone affected and expressed gratitude to the law enforcement officers and first responders working the scene. On April 9th, Shamar had shared a prayer. It was a lengthy post asking God to guard his mind and his emotions. Mayor Tom Arsenault, who was present at the scene from the early part of the investigation, addressed the community directly. He called it, in his own words, maybe the worst tragic situation Shreveport had ever faced. Currently, Shaniqua is recovering from her injuries. I hope these stories help you recognize warning signs and encourage you to seek help or offer support before it's too late. I'll see you in the next episode of Crime of Passion. Thank you for watching.
We'd just like to say good afternoon to everybody, and we're here with this tragedy. We ask that our entire city, our nation, our community would pray. This is something that will take your breath away, that will take the wind out of your sail. And so I communicated with the Spirit of the Lord before I got here as to what is it that I can say when you really don't know what to say, when words, whatever you say, may not make sense. So, in going to God, I brought this that says, God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, change the things that we can, and the wisdom that we can make a difference. And then I wanted to get a scripture that possibly may not make sense. But if you trust God, it will. He says in Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for the good to those who love God, those who are called according to his purpose. All I can tell you today is my heart is saddened. It has brought me to my knees, and of course that's a great place to be, because then we can communicate with God. Some kind of way, some way and somehow, this is going to work out for the good. If no more than bringing the community together to be able to go around and touch the bloody and the dusty. People that feel like there's no hope, people that feel like that the only hope that I can have is to take my life and take 8 or 9 others. So I ask that you would be prayerful, that God would bring us together. This could be the one thing that would bring this city, our neighborhoods, our country together, that we will have one voice with one people to know that you can make a difference. It's just saying a kind word to one another. Satan comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But the Lord has said, I come to bring life, and I come to bring the abundant life. And I just like to say to everybody today, keep the faith and keep hope. Because if we come together right now in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, we will make a difference. So I just like to say at this particular time, Lord, we ask that you would come in our midst. Search our hearts, souls, and minds be accepted in our sight. Lord, we ask that you would lift those up that's connected. We ask that you would lift those up that's not connected. And let us all know that we come from one blood, and it is in the name of Jesus. Lord, touch the hearts of the families all over this city. Lord, we just ask that you would touch them and let them know that you can and you will take care. Be not dismayed, whatever betide. If you put your trust in the Lord, he will take care. The only words I have for you today is the words coming from the Word of God where he says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Lean not unto our own understanding. In all our ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct our path. And today, we are leaning on Jesus. We are trusting that some good, some way, somehow, will come out of this situation. Sometimes in life, we wonder, why does bad things happen to good people? We don't know, but we'll understand it better by and by. My last words would be, Asaph says in Psalm 73, he says, truly God is good. God is good to Israel. He's good to anybody as of a clean heart. But Asaph was going through something like this in his life. He says, but as for me, when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, when I saw how wicked people were thriving and they were doing this, that, and the other, he said, my feet almost slipped.
I remember that.
But he didn't stop there. If you keep on reading down about the 17th verse, he says, until I went into the sanctuary of the Lord, then I saw their end, that they are in slippery places. So that brings me to this. The only hope that we have is in the Lord. Sometimes we look for this and we look for that, but our hope is in the Lord. And I'd just like for us to leave here knowing that God will take care. At this particular time, we have Councilwoman Taylor here, Councilman Butcher. We're going to ask that our chairwoman would have a word. We're going to have prayer, and thank you all so much, and keep this family lifted up. Councilwoman Taylor.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys, Nina just built an app.
We're standing in this place again. There are 8 children that are deceased. I can't be strong for you. I think about the mother and what this family has lost. I think about this community and what this community has lost. And I don't have the words to give you, and I'm sorry. I don't know what people think in the crevices of their mind to want to harm another human being, let alone that of children who have their whole life ahead of them. From what I've learned about this incident is that it's domestic in nature that makes it even more horrific for all the fighting that we do as it relates to this. And maybe you can stand strong with this, but I can't without shedding tears of traumatic pain. I pain and I grieve for this family. I grieve for the lives that are lost, and I'm asking you to please utilize every resource that the sheriff has brought forth now when you know that these situations occur. We cannot be and make this a joke This is not a freaking joke. This is real, and this is the result when someone snaps. So I'm gonna ask the community, along with prayer, with every mental health consultant, counselor that is out here, this family and this community needs you. I need you. Because how do we get through this? How do we get to the next level? It is real and this is raw. And these are the tragedies when there are domestic violence or domestic disturbances in our community.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, keep the kids' family in y'all prayer, bro. Man, he killed what they said 7 kids and 1 cousin. I just don't even know what. My whole thing is, I think what it was, she was trying to leave. We all know we hear that story all the time. More often we hear the female was trying to leave and the man got mad, so he killed her. But my thing is with this man, maybe the man did. Maybe what's his name, Shamar Elkins. Maybe he really loved his kids. Let's put it that way. He loved his kids. And he loved his kids so much that he just felt like he had to take out everybody, because he probably was trying to get back at his wife. Okay, well, you trying to leave me, I'm finna take everything that you love. Take the kids, take you, possibly even me. You see, he died. So his mindset was, he wanted everybody gone. He didn't want just the wife. Some of them just kill the wife, be done. They don't even mess with the kids. But his identity was, I'm finna kill the whole family. If I can't have you, nobody can have my family. So make sure y'all stay tuned for my videos. Make sure y'all be careful out here who y'all getting with. Y'all know who y'all hey, listen. Nowadays, you don't know who you sleeping with. You think you could be sleeping with your love of your life, and you could be sleeping with somebody that's finna kill you. In the next 5 years, you finna be gone. So make sure y'all just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of who you dealing with. Know the red flags. Hell, don't even try to talk to him in the beginning. Hell, tell his ass, tell her ass, you got it. Like, this ain't gonna work before even, But most times, hell, you try to reject somebody, they get mad. Can't even try to, try to distance yourself or try to stop something before something bad happens. Most times you can't even, stop it before it gets worse, because they get mad because you reject them. So just be careful out here, y'all. And there's some crazy people. You got this world getting crazier and crazier. I ain't gonna lie, shit. Life been lifing. I just had a funeral to go to last week. So one of my family members passed away. So make sure y'all stay tuned for more videos. Anything I want to share the channel, KMC. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out. Alright, y'all. I want to react to this. I seen this on the side right here. I want to see this.
Is she texting someone behind your back? A single Spokeo search can help you find out who she's messaging. Spokeo can also...
Alright. Let's check this one out. This one 48 minutes. Make sure y'all get y'all popcorn. I tell you, we grinding today. We grinding, okay? We trying to knock these videos out. Alright, this KMC. Guys, we live on YouTube right now at this very moment. Today, guys, she fell for her best friend's baby daddy. Then he killed her over $70. $70? Let's go ahead and check this out, man. And what are you doing falling for your best friend's baby daddy? That's a red flag right there.
I'm really a criminal trying not to be one. I've been arrested for 26 violent felonies.
Oh my God.
All violent.
Who are you fighting?
Everyone. I love to fight. It's my favorite thing to do. That is my problem.
On Mother's Day in 2021, 20-year-old Wilana Bibbs was at her boyfriend's mother's house for a celebration. At some point, she called her mother multiple times that morning, but her mother was at work and missed every single one.
She called me
about 4 times in a row, like back to back to back to back. So that would have probably been her last call, trying to get to me. And I'm real sick about it. She said, "Hey, Ma, happy Mother's Day. I love you and appreciate you for everything you do. Love, Bud, call me." And she told me to call her.
By the time her mother called back, Wilana had already been shot by her own boyfriend, Justin Wright, who she had been in a relationship with for just a few months. And reportedly, the argument that caused all of it was over $70. Just 1 month before, this guy had bragged about being violent and having 26 felonies in an interview.
And I'm one of those people that really stand.
You are not a true light-skinned person, because they don't be trying to get dirty and fight.
I am light-skinned with dark-skinned tendencies.
Okay, I got you.
I don't act nothing like anybody else that look like me.
I
like
follow
to fight.
you.
I do all bad things on accident, but it's because I stand for things, though, so.
Now, what was known about it at the time was only a small fraction of something much larger. Here's the thing. The person who introduced her to him was a woman who had his child, his baby mama named Anne. What's unsettling is that prior to all of this, his baby mama and Wilana were close friends. Then, Wilana ended up having a relationship with him.
My best friend at the time, she had her own plans with my baby daddy while I was in the hospital, and she decided to not only spend time with him and my child while I was in the hospital, but she decided to actually go ahead and move all her belongings from her apartment into my baby daddy's apartment.
As more came out about this case, every single detail that surfaced made the full picture clearer to look at, because this love triangle was far more complicated than it seemed at the surface.
God, dang, I ain't gonna lie, he was fine though. I ain't gonna lie. He fine. Crazy though. He fine, but he crazy. I bet I used to fight all the time. He look like she'll hit him back too.
Before we get too deep, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you find value in these discussions. Wilana Bibbs was born on September 11th, 2000, and grew up in Fayetteville, North Carolina. By the time she was 20, she had already moved around enough to know what it meant to build something from nothing.
Baby, I'm just too G for you. Baby, I'm just too straight. I can't even roll these beats. Everybody notice me.
She relocated to Atlanta, Georgia, to pursue her dream of becoming a singer, a dream she had carried since she was young. She was not just chasing music. Wilana launched her own mink lash business called Lashed by Willie and a clothing line. She had worked multiple jobs, KFC, at an airport, and at a place called Daddy Yo, all while keeping her eye on where she wanted to go. Her mother, Cassandra Bibbs, described her as a great kid who was always very forgiving, the kind of person who never held anything against anyone. Her family said she was always smiling.
Let me starstruck. Hold on.
Now, the man she met in Atlanta was Justin Lamont Wright, known in the industry as Jay Wright. Justin was 11 years older than Wilana. He was based in Atlanta and had built a name for himself in the music industry as a songwriter and producer, and had worked alongside some well-known names in hip-hop.
It's crazy to me how many people are already rich and they don't even know. Being rich is not about the amount of dollars that you accumulate. It's about how you live your life, how you treat other people, and the legacy that you leave behind after you go.
But there was another side of Justin that most people did not know about for a while. He had been arrested for 26 violent felonies, and he was not quiet about it. He said it himself in a public interview that he had with Mo Clark. But before Wilana was ever in the picture, there was Anne. Anne had been involved with Justin since she was 17 years old.
So I'm using the Instagram camera, and I just wanted to tell you guys to comment any questions you guys want us to answer in a Q&A video on YouTube. So whatever you guys want to know, now is the time for you to ask me, Jay, Jayla, she talks too. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Oh, the bills are getting bigger, so let's just not complain.
Bye, guys.
And together, they had a daughter named Jayla. She shared publicly what it was like to be in that relationship, the control, the manipulation, and everything she said she endured over the years.
He's pistol whipping me, he's drugging me, he hacked my Instagram, he was pretending to be me selling the page. This is a screenshot of a post that he posted, and people were actually sending him money just simply thinking that they were buying the page off of me. And on top of that, he left my PayPal balance thousands of dollars negative, not to mention what he did with my credit score and a whole bunch of other stuff. This is how I look like after he strangled me to the point where he permanently damaged my vocal cords to the point where I still can't sing the same. He choked me out so bad I pissed myself, and then he at gunpoint forced me to drink my piss on some R. Kelly stuff, and R. Kelly was a mentor of his when he was younger. This is another picture of what I looked like when I escaped and he was trying to kill me.
In March 2020, Anne visited Justin with their daughter while he was incarcerated.
Morning, it is 7 a.m. I just got Jayla in the car. Jayla, say hi. I'm gonna let you guys know how it goes. I'm nervous, excited, all that. You ready to see Dada?
Anne had her own music aspirations, and Justin had made her promises, the same kind of promises he eventually made Wilana. By the time Wilana came to Atlanta, she and Anne crossed paths through mutual connections and shared spaces. According to reports, the two became close friends, the kind who did everything together, traveled together, and looked out for each other. According to Anne's account, her daughter Jayla was turning 2, and she needed someone to do Jayla's hair, so she reached out to Wilana. That was the day Wilana met both Jayla and Justin for the first time. Anne shared her own account of what life looked like.
What's up, sis? What's up, Cheyenne? What's up, chat?
Inside that apartment
this video right here crazy, bro. So, it said the title says she fell for her best friend's baby daddy. Then he killed her over $70. I was like, that's a red flag. So, cause why is your best friend like messing with your baby daddy? I don't know. She fell for her best friend's baby daddy. That shit crazy, ain't it?
Period when both she and Wilana were in Justin's world. She described the level of control Justin had maintained over her and described the moment she found her window to get out.
My best friend at the time, she had her own plans with my baby daddy while I was in the hospital, and she decided to not only spend time with him and my child while I was in the hospital, but she decided to actually go ahead and move all her belongings from her apartment into my baby daddy's apartment, and they decided that they were going to be together. So as I'm leaving from the hospital and I'm coming home, she is now, I don't even know what to call it. So at this point, along with all the abuse I endured for him, it was time to get an exit strategy together and get the fuck. So he came up with the bright idea that he was going to force me to write a suicide letter, and then he's going to force me to take all of my antidepressant medication at the time. And in his hopes, he thought that it was going to make me, but by the grace of the God that I serve, my Lord Jesus Christ, I'm still here. I was living in Atlanta at the time, so thankfully, somebody broke into his car and he had to go to the garage to figure out what was going on. So the opportunity that he went to check on the car and Shorty was taking a shower, that is the opportunity that I took to get the fuck from round there. No clothes, nothing. I'm telling you, to this day, I literally had a firefighter DM me on Instagram a couple of years ago that came to this call to get me, because when I ran out butt-ass naked into a Costco. Butt-ass, I'm talking about booty butt naked. But I didn't care about being naked. I just cared about leaving that apartment and being alive and getting help. I couldn't leave with my baby because I knew for a fucking fact, if I left with my baby, he would have shot me. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but I know for a fact if I would have left with my baby, there's nothing on the face of this earth that man loved more than I don't know what, but that little girl that I had. And I just knew.
That shit crazy. She said if I knew I would have left, he would have shot me. That shit crazy.
Call some help and then come back and you'll be able to get your baby.
This is Wilana Bibbs. At this time we were living together. We had gone out in Atlanta. And just pay close attention to one small detail here. You see this wig over here, this blonde wig over here on my head right here. Here's the wig again, except it's on her head and not mine. That's my roommate, my baby daddy, and my child screaming of pain in the corner. And I couldn't help her because I used to get tied up to the couch. Oh, God. They used to have so much fun together while I was being tortured, and she would be laughing about it. And my daughter witnessed all of it.
That shit crazy, bro. What kind of best friend? Y'all heard what she said, bro? He used to tie her up to the couch if she tried to, like, do anything. Then her best friend, her so-called friend, would be fucking her baby daddy and then laughing at her getting abused, bro. That shit is some fucked up shit.
At the age of 2. She even went vegan, which is ironic because Shanice and Olivia are vegan. And I was forced to be vegan for 4 years. As an African, do you know I had daddies?
Now, Justin was also putting out his own version of events on social media around this time. He posted a series of Instagram story posts accusing Anne of lying about the abuse, claiming she had helped someone rob him, and accusing her of filing false charges against him. He framed himself as the one being targeted. In May 2021, a few months after Wilana and Justin got into a relationship, Justin, Wilana, and his daughter Jayla drove up from Atlanta to Davenport, Iowa to visit family. The trip was for a birthday party for one of Justin's relatives. They were staying at his mother's house at 1503 Calvin Street. Wilana's mother, Cassandra, had reportedly purchased a plane ticket for Wilana to come home for Mother's Day weekend, but Justin's mother intervened and convinced Wilana to stay in Iowa instead. On the morning of Mother's Day, May 9th, 2021, Wilana sent her mother a text. She wrote,
She said, "Hey, Ma, happy Mother's Day. I love you and appreciate you for everything you do. Love, Bud, call me." And she told me to call her.
Cassandra was at work, so when Wilana tried to reach her, she missed the calls.
She called me about 4 times in a row, like back to back to back to back.
That same day, Wilana's dad, Maurice, sent a text message to Justin's mother, expressing concern for his daughter's safety. He mentioned that her friend from North Carolina had informed him of another incident involving Justin chasing Wilana, but said he didn't want to get into it as their relationship was toxic. His main concern was that Wilana hadn't responded to his messages all day and her location was unclear. He never got the response he needed, because around 1:25 p.m. on the afternoon of May 9th, Davenport police responded to a disturbance call at 1503 Calvin Street. Officers arrived and found Wilana.
I ain't gonna lie though, y'all. A lot of time when these females be getting abused, bro, if you a daddy, if you a father that's in your daughter's life, bro, your daughter tell you something like that, bro, you supposed to pop. I don't know what it be. Do y'all never hear like the daddy came saved the daughter from getting abused and whooped that nigga ass? Like, if somebody, I don't know if he gonna do nothing, but shit, somebody beating on me, bro, a nigga beating on me, I'm telling my dad, bro. My dad told me from himself, he was like, if somebody ever hit on you, say, I'm gonna tell shit. I don't know what he gonna do, but I'm gonna tell my daddy shit. I can't fight no man, but my dad's a man, he could fight. Shit, what these daddies say? Like, if you're a father in your daughter's life, you're not finna let your daughter get whooped on, bro. Hell no.
She had been shot by Justin and was pronounced deceased at the scene. Reportedly, what set off the altercation, which escalated, was over $70. He had accused Wilana of taking money from him, but she denied it. Justin Wright was taken into custody and booked into Scott County Jail.
Justin Wright of Atlanta is facing first-degree murder charges. He's accused of killing 20-year-old Willana Bibbs of North Carolina.
They don't want you to know about it.
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident up to 1 year ago, even if you weren't driving?
We've learned that Wright collaborates with well-known rap artists Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, Bow Wow, and Gucci Mane. He was reportedly mentored by R. Kelly as a teenager. Officers were called to Calvin Street and 13th for a domestic disturbance last
That's crazy. I don't even know who this dude is.
Sunday. When officers got there, they found Bibbs shot. She was pronounced dead at the scene. He's being held in Scott County Jail on a
The Davenport Police Department released an official statement confirming the incident and Justin's arrest. Bond was set at $500,000, and he pleaded not guilty. While Justin was in that jail cell, the rest of the world was just finding out what had happened to Willana. A former co-worker of Willana's posted a tribute that same day, describing her as always a good friend to everyone she worked with, always joking, always joyful, a nice person who would be truly missed. A family member of Willana wrote, "You took our baby, and your mama helped you. You took a part of me that I can never get back. My family will never be the same. I loathe you for what you did to my family. Yesterday you didn't have to harm her. You're weak. You took her all the way to Iowa and harmed her on Mother's Day. You brainwashed and manipulated my cousin and tried to turn her against us. I hate that she loved you. I hate that she ever met you." Maurice sent a second message to Justin's mother. He wrote, "So all this time you haven't reached out to me, but you had a lot to say weeks ago. This makes me think you helped your sick son. I hope he gets tortured every day in prison, and nothing but the absolute worst." Just 1 month before all of this happened, Justin, Ann, and Willana had all gone together to a live interview hosted by Mo Clark for the Post-Up Show. The three of them looked completely fine and cordial. Nothing about that footage suggested what was happening or what was coming. He said it plainly in that interview. 26 violent felony arrests, that he loved to fight, and that if he had to go to jail behind it, he stood on that. After the incident, Ann spoke about that period, about what was really happening while all three of them seemed to be getting along with each other. Mo Clark, who had hosted that interview, posted the day after Willana's passing. She said she was saddened to learn that one of her recent guests had lost her life on Mother's Day at the age of 20. She described Willana as an artist from North Carolina who had just started working with her makeup and accessory lines, and she noted the painful irony that the same man who brought Willana onto her show and introduced them was the same man now in police custody for her passing. While Willana's family was grieving, something else was happening online, and it complicated the public narrative around Willana in a way that her family could not let go unanswered. Ann posted a video on social media talking about her own experience with Justin, what she said she endured, and her account of what had happened. In doing so, she had included details about Willana in a way that Willana's family said was unfair. Willana's family posted a series of responses laying out their position, that Ann had been the one to introduce Willana to Justin, that Willana was an innocent young woman who got pulled into a situation she did not fully understand, and that using Willana's name in that way, while she could no longer speak for herself, was something they would not allow to go unchallenged. And then an audio surfaced. It was a recording, reportedly of Ann, admitting that she had been the one to make the introduction, and that the reason she did it was to help herself regain custody of Jayla.
Let me ask you this. So he wanted both y'all to be his what? Girlfriends?
No, he wanted me to be his wife and not to be his girlfriend. And then we had to find 2 or 3 other girls. That's what we were working on. But I didn't have a phone, so every time we would go out, he would give me his phone to go get a girl's number if he thought she was attractive.
Why would you set Willana up with him?
The plan was to get, Willana's plan was to get my daughter back. She said, let's get him comfortable. Me and Willana were stripping together.
Yeah, I knew that.
So Rolana's plan was, and instead of trying to call DCF, because she watched me struggle to try to get my daughter back every day, he wanted a polygamous relationship with 6 women.
But they all had to be young and he wanted them to be submissive.
Yes, and young. That's the key word.
Yeah.
Young. He would go out, he would give me his phone to go get a girl's number if he thought she was attractive.
This some twisted ass shit, bro. This is fucked up.
Me to be his wife and not to be his girlfriend. Because Rolana was my best friend. She helped me through a lot, bro.
There were also allegations against Anne, stating that her account was false. After seeing a video Anne made, someone stated that they were disgusted by how she accused Wilana of stealing her boyfriend, when Anne was reportedly the one recruiting girls for multiple men, including Justin Wright. The person also stated that whenever Anne was confronted, she would allegedly deflect by playing the victim and bring up her daughter. After Justin's arrest, he sat across from a Davenport detective for hours during his interrogation. In that entire time, he talked about everything. He painted himself as someone who was exhausted and misunderstood. From the beginning of that interrogation, Justin was already framing himself as someone who had nothing to do with what had happened. He said he was loading his car to leave when officers showed up. He described the trip, the family birthday party he missed, the relatives in the ICU, all the reasons he had stayed in Davenport longer than planned.
Man, I wish I wouldn't have came back, no.
With you. You're not under arrest right now.
He already went over him. You don't even have to do that.
I'm going to do it.
Just for your own comfort.
You know how, like, you probably wouldn't want somebody else talking about your jewelry and selling it for you.
Right.
Is that a fair?
I understand. My daughter, I've never been away from my daughter this long.
Is your daughter
the two is like some place called like PlayStation or something like that. So I went there.
The trampolines?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
So we went there, but I was late because...
I think it's called Helium.
Maybe, yeah. So I missed that.
Okay.
I completely missed their party. So I got there when they were leaving, like walking out. Then Joy stayed with me. I've been taking Joy to school and like daycare, picking her up from daycare like this whole week before they left. So I've been staying at my mom's, and we all been sleeping right there. I don't know if you seen. Well, you didn't.
I was not up there.
But there was like a little fake bed that was in the living room where we've been sleeping at.
Like an air mattress type thing.
It's like a beanbag mattress. I don't know where they got it from. It's crazy.
Okay. And it was it just you and Jayla that drove up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know it sounds like you and Jayla's mom have some issues.
Really?
Are you currently dating, in a relationship?
Mm-mm.
Anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. That gives me some good background. So you're just came in town because of some family stuff. It happens to be your daughter's birthday.
James' dad just went into the ICU. My aunt, Dixie, she just had like 4 surgeries. So it's been like, you know how it goes when there's something bad happening. It's always in threes. Yeah, that's what my mom always taught me.
I was saying a similar thing not too long ago, Justin.
So that's the only reason we stayed this long, or I would have just left. And then it was my nephew's birthday on the 7th, which was yesterday. So I would have left, but then my mom started feeling some kind of way because her husband's dad was in the ICU, and then her aunt is probably about to die. Both of them, like I think all 3 of them are probably about to actually die. So my mom was doing bad, so I stayed. But I've been telling her, like, my PTSD is bad. I need to go back home.
Okay, and when were you planning on heading back home?
I literally was, like, in the middle of, like, putting my stuff in the car when the officers came up. Like, I didn't know what was going on. My computer is on my mom's stairs. Like, that was here already. Somebody brought it to her, and I was just taking it. That was the only thing I was missing.
And in all of those hours, he never once showed grief for Wilana.
Do you know who is Wilana Bibbs?
Wilana is a girl that was Anne's friend that I was messing with for a second, and then I found out she was Anne's friend, and I stopped talking to her, and my mom really liked her, and they still be talking. We still have communication because I don't know, we still talk to her every once in a while. She She sent me some money that she owed me earlier.
She sent you earlier today. She sent you money.
Mm-hmm.
What? How'd she send you money?
Apple Pay, because I don't have.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
How much money did she owe you?
It was just my money that I had sent to her that she hadn't sent back to me. It was it was like $1,200.
So you guys were kind of seeing each other until you figured out she was friends with Ann?
I
just
met,
talking?
I met her. I originally met her through Ann. And then me, her, and Ann had a threesome one time.
How long have you known Williana?
Not long.
Williana?
I call her Willie. I've only known her for since right around right before Jella's birthday-ish.
Since March?
Yeah, I haven't known her long. I met her during one of Ann's down periods where she was okay.
Okay.
Her and Ann were prostituting and doing crazy stuff around Atlanta and Vegas and everywhere. They were traveling, just doing crazy stuff together.
You said your mom likes Willie, though?
A lot.
How did your mom meet Willie?
One time I was having a panic attack, like one of these PTSD episodes, and I think I fainted, and she went in my phone and called my mom.
Okay, so she was with you?
We were like I said, Ann was okay for a little while, and I was trying to get her back on her meds and get her into rehab. So that's when I started coming around them. So Ann was there also.
Okay. So you said the last time you talked to her was today when she paid you that money? Yeah,
we were texting. We text. That's our only form of communication. We don't we iMessage because we kind of fell out.
Why'd you guys fall out?
Just when I realized just who she was and that she had tried to set me up with Ann and just crazy stuff.
Like she tried to set you up so Ann could do something to you?
Mm-hmm. They all had a plot together to murder me.
When did that happen?
I turned it into the police with.
That's part of it?
Mm-hmm. It was a guy named Rocks and Crips that they were trying to get me to go sell jewelry to, and then the plan was they were going to jump out and murder me.
Okay. And is she one of I know you said some of the people that tried to help her set you up came clean to you afterwards. She's not one of those ones?
I knew that they were friends when I first met her, but I thought she was a friend that was trying to help her, and then later on I found out that she just liked all the same stuff that she liked and probably had a mental illness also.
When was the last time you saw Willie?
I don't know. I can't, right now it's not.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So
if you ask me again after this is over, I probably could have better answers for you, but right now everything is all over the place.
Just like some other stuff, it might come to you, which is fine. If it does, just let me know, and if it doesn't, it's not a big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else can you tell me about Willie? Does she drive? How does she get around?
She drives.
Do you know, does she have her own car or anything like that?
The last time I seen her, she had a Honda Civic, and then something happened with that, and she had her dad's Toyota. Toyota Camry.
So you said her and Ann were prostituting themselves?
Yeah, and there's videos and crazy stuff of it.
Okay. Was she in the military that you know of?
I don't know her.
You don't know her like that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Anything significant about today that, who reached out to who about the money? Do you remember?
I really don't remember.
Okay.
But I had asked her for it because I knew I had those late fees.
For the rent?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm not sure who brought it up first, but I know I said something about it today because I knew I needed the extra money for the rent, and she sent it to me.
Okay, and those iMessages will be on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I said, her and my mom, I'm
finna go look at his Instagram real quick. I'm gonna see if I can find him on Instagram.
Mom not to keep speaking to her because her and Ann were friends, and she told me if she ever found out she was trying to set me up with Ann, she'd do something to her and all this crazy stuff. But they've been talking and having communication behind my back, and I told my mom that wasn't cool because that wasn't somebody that I wanted to be with or somebody that should have ever had any conversation with my parents.
What does Williana look like?
She's cute. She's really cute.
She
tall, brown skin.
Okay. She got tats, piercings, anything like that?
I know she has tats.
Do you know what any of them look like?
I know she has a neck tat and a tat on her butt. Those are the two that I remember the most.
Do you remember what the neck tat looked like?
It said broken. I don't remember what side, but we had a whole conversation about it because I was gonna name one of my one of the things that I was doing, like about to do. I was gonna name it broken, and that kind of started our conversation about it.
Okay.
They gave his ass life in prison.
Or what you were doing when you were messaging with her?
Sitting on the couch.
Okay, so was it when you were watching
Yeah.
the Marvel stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you've only known her since March, and you guys, other than the threesome that you had with Ann, did you and Willie, did you guys have any sort of...
Not outside of Ann. Ann was
nothing,
there.
just the two of you?
Ann was there, like I said, Ann was trying to, she acted like she was Ann's friend and she wanted to help Ann get better, so for a second, like, we were kind of like taking care of Ann and making sure Ann was taking her medicine and stuff together, like as her friends. And then we got into an argument and we just stopped speaking and all of that, and then Ann went crazy again right after that.
You and Willie got into an argument? What was that about?
About Ann. She didn't think I should be helping Ann anymore. She thought Ann was gonna try to do something bad to me, which she was right about.
Is that why she didn't think you should be helping? Is because Ann was gonna lash out at you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She thought Ann was gonna lash out at both of us, and we got into a crazy argument about it.
And I know this is a tough one, but do you have any idea around when that argument took place? Because you haven't been with Ann since...
No, this is what I'm telling you. Ann tried to get better.
Okay, more recently?
Yeah, like right around Jayla's birthday, because she was begging me to see... She was begging me to see Jayla on her birthday. And I was like, you can't see Jayla unless you're clean. You can't see Jayla unless you're clean. So she took like one of those over-the-counter drug tests and passed it. So I had let her see Jayla. And there's like pictures of that in my phone.
Did she develop any sort of relationship with Jayla?
Jayla loves her.
Tell me about that.
And just Jayla loves her. Jayla loves everybody. If you meet Jayla today,
I'm sure,
and you have good energy, she'll love you too.
Yeah, just based on how you talk about her, that's kind of the feeling I get from her.
She loves everybody. I'm so sorry. The room is spinning for me right now. I'm so sorry. I'm hearing so many voices in my head right now.
You're all right. I think this has been working okay for me. If it's been working okay for you,
I'm trying my hardest to answer all your questions. I'm so sorry.
So, did you and Willie talk about anything else in those messages today?
I had found his baby mama Instagram, but I couldn't find his. It says he a songwriter.
The money.
So, Justin, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Please.
Did that discussion about money that she owed you, did that take place in person today?
No, it's on text. It's on iMessage.
So, did Willie come here with you from Georgia?
No.
He told the detective that if Wilana was in Davenport, it had nothing to do with him. He said it was probably about his mother. And then he began to explain why.
Do you know any reason that Willie would be here?
If she came, it had something to do with my mom. It had nothing to do with me if she came here.
Had something to do with your mom? Why do you say that?
Because her and my mom have been talking and communicating. Ever since me and her stopped talking, her and my mom have been like best of buddies.
Tell me about that. Like, I guess, how do you know that Mom and Willie are talking?
Because Willie said something to me crazy that I know only could have came from my mom one time, and that's when I had blocked her number for the last few weeks. I haven't even been speaking to her. I blocked her number.
What'd she say?
She was just trying to talk about my childhood, something I know only my mom could have told her.
Something that you didn't tell her, but you knew about?
Because we weren't close enough for me to tell her anything like that. So what she said was something about, she was trying to tell me how I came up, and I was like, you can't speak on that because you weren't there. Like, my mom isn't the person you think she is, and y'all being buddy-buddy. Like, I asked her not to speak to my mom after she had got the number out of my phone. I told her that wasn't cool.
Your mom got the number out of your phone, or she got your mom's number?
When I was having one of these episodes and I fainted somewhere, I think we were at Twin Peaks or somewhere, and I fainted. It was me, her, Ann, and Jayla. And I fainted. I was having a business meeting, and I fainted, and she called my mom.
Okay.
According to Justin, his mother had a long history of involving herself in his relationships, buying plane tickets, sending bus money, arranging for women from his past to come stay with her. He said this kind of thing from his mother would not be surprising at all. By doing that, he was also laying the groundwork to redirect attention away from himself and onto the one person who could contradict him, his own mother.
I can give you a million reasons.
Let's start with just one first, and then we'll go from there, okay?
Me and James have gotten into 100 fistfights.
Okay.
Hold on. His mama seemed like she sex trafficking. Hold on. I'm gonna go back just a little bit, and I'm gonna fast forward it.
Ask you a question.
Please.
Did that discussion about money that she owed you, did that take place in person today?
No, it's on text. It's on iMessage.
So, did Willie come here with you from Georgia?
No.
He told the detective that if Wilana was in Davenport, it had nothing to do with him. He said it was probably about his mother. And then he began to explain why.
Do you know any reason that Willie would be here?
If she came, it had something to do with my mom. It had nothing to do with me if she came here.
Had something to do with your mom? Why do you say that?
Because her and my mom have been talking and communicating. Ever since me and her stopped talking, her and my mom have been like best of buddies.
Tell me about that. Like, I guess, how do you know that mom and Willie are talking?
Because Willie said something to me crazy that I know only could have came from my mom one time, and that's when I had blocked her number for the last few weeks. I haven't even been speaking to her. I blocked her number.
What'd she say?
She was just trying to talk about my childhood, something I know only my mom could have told her.
Something that you didn't tell her, but you knew about?
Because we weren't close enough for me to tell her anything like that. So, what she said.
Basically, this what he doing starts from home. All this going to jail and fighting. I guarantee you his mama was hell on wheels. His mama causing him. I'm not saying that's the right way to be like your parents. But when your mama and your daddy is something at the house, you see that, you go by what you see. Kids go by what you see. You grow out to be what you see. So he could have had a bad childhood coming up. His mama messed him up. And there'd be a lot of time why these men, females act the way they act. They have a bad childhood.
Something about she was trying to tell me how I came up, and I was like, you can't speak on that because you weren't there. Like, my mom isn't the person you think she is, and y'all being buddy-buddy. Like, I asked her not to speak to my mom after she had got the number out of my phone. I told her that wasn't cool.
Your mom got the number out of your phone, or she got your mom's number?
When I was having one of these episodes and I fainted somewhere, I think we were at Twin Peaks or somewhere, and I fainted. It was me, her, Ann, and Jayla. And I fainted. I was having a business meeting, and I fainted, and she called my mom.
Okay.
According to Justin, his mother had a long history of involving herself in his relationships, buying plane tickets, sending bus money, arranging for women from his past to come stay with her. He said this kind of thing from his mother would not be surprising at all. By doing that, he was also laying the groundwork to redirect attention away from himself and onto the one person who could contradict him, his own mother.
I can give you a million reasons.
Let's start with just One first, and then we'll go from there, okay?
Me and James have gotten into 100 fist fights.
Okay.
100 of them. I've always felt like it's something. Same with my mom. My mom put me out when I was 13 over Dempsey Miller. I don't know if you know who that was, but
That's what I just tell y'all. Putting your kids out the house, having them drunk from house to house ain't good for a kid, bro.
That's pre my time.
Probably so. He used to do something out here called the Marquette Street Fest on Marquette. He had a bar on 5th and Marquette. He was super popular, rich, older guy. That's who my mom used to be with. Me and him got into it because he beat her up when I was like 13. She put me out. So I've always had a kind of bad relationship with my mom, her husband, my sister, everybody. That's why they haven't really seen Jayla. You get what I'm saying? So I just keep to myself. Like my grandmother and my aunt kind of who raised me, and they're not here anymore. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So once they died, it wasn't a real reason for me to come back. Like me and my mom just started speaking a couple months ago.
Then he brought up a police report from about 2 weeks before Mother's Day.
Did you end up talking to the police during that one?
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks ago? What happened?
Nothing, because they seen she was having a schizophrenic episode, and they took her to the hospital.
Okay.
That's all that happened.
Is there any reason that it seems like she likes to say that you have a gun?
That's Ann's favorite thing to say, because when she found out my criminal record, that was one of the things, like, people accused. Like, I told her about the time I got into a fight out by Americana, and the guy was, like, with his girlfriend at the gas station, and he said I had a gun. It was really my phone in my pocket. I got charged with a gun. Right.
Really?
Right. That was important. That's why I said, you guys don't always get it right.
No.
So
I can tell you that if I tried to take that case anywhere now,
right,
it's not even worth our time. How do you prove it?
They never was seen on camera with a gun. They found me in Americana, like, waiting on my friend to come downstairs. I was parked at his house when the police came, and the guy said I had a gun. They checked me. All I had was a big ass, like, at the time, like an Android phone in my pocket. So on the video from the gas station, they tried to say it was a gun in my pocket on the camera. That's how they charged me. Never found me with a gun. Never had a gun, but I got a gun charged from me. So Ann knows that. So that's Ann's favorite thing to say, because she knows that she likes to say that I threatened her, or that I beat her up, or that I had a gun, because in Georgia, it's a woman-friendly state. If a woman calls and says a man did anything, the man automatically goes to jail. Okay. And then they figure it out. Then with the saying somebody did something, she figured out what a terroristic threat was. So that's the first time. Ann's robbed me twice or 3 times now. I don't know. It's been so many. But the first time that she did it, her and another girl that we were sleeping with, they called the police and said that I threatened to shoot them, but they weren't even around each other. So they pinned it as a terroristic threat because they both heard it, even though one was at Hooters and one was in a Lyft.
Okay.
And I went to jail for that immediately also, and I had to fight that, and that got dismissed because they found out Ann was lying the same way. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still went to jail and got charged. And
so, back before Atlanta, I mean, did you ever fuck around with guns?
Mm-mm. The one thing by Americana was here, but I've never got caught with a gun.
He also told the detective, directly, that he had never been a weapon person, but liked fighting instead.
Never had a gun. Like, I never was a gun guy. I like to fight. I've always been a fighting guy. Never was a gun guy.
On May 12th, a balloon release was held in Walana's honor. An awareness march was also organized in her name. Walana's sister posted something that stood out from everything else being said at the time. The post was lengthy, but here is the summary of what she wrote. I would have deep regret right now if I knew I never tried to talk to my sister, and if I never warned her about the decisions and choices she was making in her life. I swear this is the one thing that is keeping me somewhat sane. Yes, she would get mad at me, but she always knew I was looking out for her best interests at heart whenever we reconnected. It hurts me because she would always tell me and our parents to let her go through it, but I would always say to her, why would I want someone I love to go through something that they don't have to when I can see where the road will end? Walana's funeral was held on May 22nd, 2021. at QA Cantrell Funeral Services in East Point, Michigan. A dove release was also held that day. Justin Wright's trial began in Scott County District Court. On April 10, 2023, Justin Lamont Wright was found guilty of first-degree homicide. After the verdict, a friend of Willana wrote, "Now you can rest in peace, Willana Bibbs. Forever in our hearts, baby girl. Fly high now. Your family got justice for you." The sentencing came on June 14, 2023. Justin Wright was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Anne made another video when the verdict came in and reflected on everything that had happened, from her own experience with Justin to what she knew about Willana, giving more insight into the backstory of how she was able to escape. After sentencing, Justin filed an appeal. His appeal attorney attempted to argue ineffective assistance of counsel, framing it as a structural error in hopes that it would be heard on direct appeal. The state argued against it. The Iowa Court of Appeals dismissed the appeal on January 9, 2025. Cassandra Bibbs has continued to honor her daughter. On what would have been Willana's 22nd birthday, September 11, 2022, she organized a celebration of Willana's life at Briar Creek Shopping Center in North Carolina. On a day she would have been celebrating Mother's Day with her daughter, she lost her. I hope these stories help you recognize warning signs and encourage you to seek help or offer support before it's too late. I'll see you in the next episode of Crime of Passion. Thank you for watching.
That is my child's father, Jay Wright. And now that I think about it, I used to watch true crime videos like this all the time. And he used to make little slick comments when I used to watch these videos like, "You're scaring me," like you be watching stuff like this like you're plotting something on me or something. Me plotting on you. And honestly, as crazy as it sounds, I feel like me watching those videos and seeing how things go wrong or how people successfully escape from domestic violence situations helps me out in this situation a lot. Where do we even begin? I remember I spent my birthday at the mental institution voluntarily because I checked myself in.
This story is just sick.
As thankfully, I was able to escape from him and get back to my hometown. But then he called my mom on the phone, and I kid you not, I'll never forget this. He called my mom on the phone, and his exact words were, "Where's your daughter? I'm coming to her." And of course, my mom acted like she didn't know where I was. I told her, just play along with you don't know where I am, and I'll figure out what to do next. So I thought my brightest idea was to go to the mental institution. I know I can't get out, and you can't get in. So I was like, yep, that's exactly what I'm about to do. I am going to go voluntarily check myself in because at this point, it's too much going on, y'all. I was in neck braces and all types of stuff. This man beat me black, blue, purple, and all types. I was all the colors of the rainbow, okay? And now, you think the work is not done. You are coming to finish me. Me, child of God. Me. Quick background story. Me and Willana, at the time, before all of this went down, we were really, really close. Like, that was my best friend, for real. Like, we was like this. You would not see her and not see me, vice versa. It got to a point where we were doing trips together. We was going to...
But why is the story just weird? Like, why is your best friend even messing with your baby daddy? Like, and from my understanding, she was still hanging around him. So y'all had a parlay relationship. I don't know. This story is weird. It's getting weirder and weirder. I ain't even saying that right, but it's getting weird. Weird. if I was, what's her name, Walana? I mean, she had a choice too. She didn't have to put up with that. She didn't have to be with that dude. I just feel like the whole situation is just weird. The whole situation is weird. Everything about it. The whole story.
Together, like, that was my girl for real. Now, this is on both of them because as my baby father, why are you trying to pursue my friend? And as my friend, why are you trying to pursue my baby father? But we're gonna just fast forward past that part.
No,
as you guys saw, there was clips.
See what I'm saying? We just gonna fast forward that part. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the comments, bro. I'm listening to what she's saying, but man.
An interview that me and Walana went on. If you could see, my face is caked up in makeup. It is so caked up in makeup because I was beat the fuck up underneath. So I had to cake myself up in makeup so when we went to this interview, I could look like nothing was wrong. Now, this is a very crucial part of this story because, okay, I don't want to cry. Hold on. Just because I remember it so vividly. Like, before I even escaped, let's go back. Let's go back. It got to a point where we're in the apartment, all three of us. It's me, my baby father, Walana, and my daughter. All four of us, my bad. And now she got to witnessing the things that he was doing to me. It's like something clicked in her mind shortly. And she was like, we got to get out of here or we're going to die. Literally, those were her exact words to me. She was like, we got to get out of here or we're going to die. And I was like, okay. Now, Jay Wright Nasty Ass wanted us to go get checked because he was being freaky deaky, and he just wanted to make sure, everybody was just staying clean in the circle. So I booked us an appointment, me and Walana. Well, Walana booked the appointment because I didn't have no phone. Walana booked me and her the appointment to go get checked at CVS. And
It sound like they, like you said, they had a threesome together. There was just two women in a relationship with a dude. And it escalated.
Like the Ready Med, whatever, minute clinic, whatever. And I told her, as soon as we got to CVS, we were going to call for help. We were going to try to get help. Okay, we were going to tell the people, because he wasn't going to come into the appointment with us, obviously. So I told her we was going to get help. But I don't know. It's like the light bulb went the freak off. And she ended up even telling Justin that I had the idea of us escaping, which just ended up, I just got my ass beat even more. But anyways, you guys have to also remember, I'm not from this country, okay? So I was not really familiar with R. Kelly, who R. Kelly is, what R. Kelly was. I didn't know what was going on. So when it was like, okay, R. Kelly's my mentor, it's like, okay, right over my head. Right over my head. That should have been the biggest of the flags, of the reddest of the flags of them all. But no, I'm thinking, oh, okay, cool. Years later, and I still cannot believe this is reality. Like, I know it's reality, obviously, but I still, cannot fathom this shit at all.
And it's the fact that when he was in the interview talking all that, oh yeah, I fight, I like to fight. It's just a part of my culture. I got dark skin tendencies or whatever. They sitting them in the back, her and Walana, they sitting in the back smiling. But half of these females, y'all, they like stuff like this, bro. They do. They like toxic stuff. They like bad boys. They don't like people like Russell Wilson. They don't like men. I'll say not people, but they don't like men like Russell Wilson. They like future niggas.
Being my real life, this shit is crazy.
Like I said, I just feel like everybody in the storyline is just weird. This whole storyline is weird as fuck.
Anybody jumps down my throat and up my ass, nobody deserves to die, period. Nobody should be, I wish we lived in a world where people
were God-fearing people, and people knew that they were never bigger than the program to be taking people out, okay? And I'm not even gonna get into it being about money or what it was about, or what, at the end of the day, at the end of the plot, nobody should be taking nobody's life, and I'm glad she got the justice that she deserves. He did get life in prison, no parole, yeah. And then this happened on Mother's Day is crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm at the mental hospital, I'm hiding, and then days later, I get a call from my mom, and she's like, I don't know why the police just called me and are trying to identify you as being deceased, because I know you're in the mental hospital, but they have somebody deceased and your ID is on the scene. I can't make this shit up. This shit is, it's just crazy. Moral of the story, domestic violence is not a joke. And all of that, oh, why don't you leave sooner? Why don't you leave earlier? Why don't you? Literally, Willana was just trying to leave. That's according to Justin's sister. She was just trying to leave at the moment. And that cost her life. So for y'all who be out here talking about people need to do this and do that, until you're in the situation, your actual self, have a great day.
Hey, make sure y'all stay tuned for more videos, man. I'm finna get off of here. I've been on here long enough. Finna go chill for the rest of my day. I might come back in here and do some music reactions for y'all. They said in the chat, make sure to react to Tay Glock and Door Clan and Door Plan, however you say it. Look, hey, we're gonna be back in with more reactions. If I do my music reactions today, I'm gonna do them offline. I won't be doing them on live stream. YouTube be tripping. I ain't trying to risk my channel, alright? But yeah, man, y'all be safe out here. That it's just weird. That video was weird as hell to me. Like, it was basically two females in a relationship with Justin. And one of them ended up, getting killed. Like I said, I just feel like everybody in the picture was weird. That's just weird. Why is you messing with your best friend, baby daddy, and why is your friend cool with it? Like, I don't know, like, I gotta go. Thank y'all for watching. Leave your opinions in the comments. Thank y'all for watching. QMC gonna be back. Thank y'all. Y'all, I'm finna get off the stream. I hope you have a blessed day. If y'all missed this live stream, just come back and watch it. It'll be up here posted for y'all, for all the people that missed and the people who really miss seeing my face. This one is for y'all. Thank y'all for watching. QMC out.